Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's season 14, episode 4, and today we continue our first season at Barcelona as we face two of the big six in La Liga. Real Sociedad, who started on fire, who were top of the league when we left the last episode, who have now dropped down to 6th place but still a tough trip on the road. And then Valencia at home, who are 4th place. Last year finished second above Barcelona, which led to the old gaffer being sacked. And they're just 4 points behind us now, so all to play for. There is plenty to get excited about here. So if you are looking forward to this episode, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. If you've missed any of the stint with Barcelona so far, you can catch up in the eye above with this season, including a reunion with last season's club Chelsea, which we'll talk about a bit more in a moment. And subscribe to the channel for daily FM20 content. Our new Macclesfield Town series continued earlier today. Episode 2 of that one. We played our first competitive game, went through all of our transfers. And unfortunately, I'd recorded that before all the news broke in the week, where Macclesfield Town unfortunately relegated to non-league. So we'll be hoping we don't have a repeat of that off-the-pitch action in our FM save with them this time round. So make sure you check out that one if you haven't seen it already. There's a link to the series in the eye above. And thank you so much for your support with the new one. I'm having a great time at the moment. We're growing really quickly. We're doing really well, both here and over on the podcast channel. And I can't thank you enough for your brilliant support as we head into two big games for Barcelona. And as you can see, we are the only La Liga invincibles remaining, because Real Madrid, out of nowhere, have started dropping points galore. I don't know what's happened to them. They got battered at Man City in the Champions League. They got battered by their rivals Atletico Madrid. They were held at home to Valladolid. They were also held away at Valencia and Atletico Pamplona. And of course, Valencia, one of our opponents today. That's going to be interesting. But let's also go back and look at Real Sociedad, our first opponents of today, who have fallen off a cliff. They were winning every game. They had conceded 2 league goals in their first 9 games. Then a 1-0 defeat at home to Levante, a 6-2 crushing for Atletico Madrid, who may well be our favourite side the way they've performed recently against both of our rivals. And again, Valladolid, the side causing trouble, a 4-0 win against them this time, and held by Atletico Bilbao as well, with a tough spell coming up before the mid-season break. And we've got some news ahead of that as well, which I didn't realise when we joined the club. We've got the Spanish Super Cup to look at, so we've got Atletico Madrid in the semi-final. That's at the Bernabeu, interestingly. I thought it was played abroad as it had been in real life this year, but that's certainly something to look forward to as well. We've got the Champions League group stages concluding, and I can confirm we will be in the knockout round. We have got through with 11 points after 5 games. Monaco on 6 cannot catch us. We've got a trip to Salzburg on the final match day, and Chelsea can still top the group if they beat us. And potentially Chelsea can still top the group if they beat our score there, but I think because we drew 2-2 away and drew 0-0 at home in the return fixture, I think on away goals we will finish above them, so hopefully we finish first regardless. But of course, you were with me last time out for that away game at Chelsea, the reunion against the club we left to come here this summer. We said we're leaving Chelsea for Barcelona because we think it's the best chance of winning the Champions League. And it looks like that may be right now. Since then, we have been unbeaten in all competitions. One really disappointing draw in La Liga. Aside from that, we've been brilliant. A 3-0 win at Athletic Bilbao, Mastanov with another brace and Sancho with the goals before half-time. A 2-0 win at home to Villarreal, Esposito off the bench after an early Rui Alves penalty. A 0-0 draw against Celta Vigo. 19 shots, 13 on target, no goals. One of those ones you just can't explain. A 0-0 draw at home to Chelsea in the return Champions League game as we talked about. A 4-1 win at home to Getafe. Mastanov with a hat-trick. Boadu with one off the bench. Although Getafe did go ahead in the first half there. And then a 3-0 win at home to Monaco. Mastanov again with a hat-trick. Rui Alves picking up a knock, but I think he should just about be fit today. One of the issues we do have though is off the pitch. The dynamics are struggling. And that's not in terms of the 3 green bars, which everyone looks at. But look how many people are unhappy. Frankie de Jong is unhappy his manager wanted to sell him to Juventus. Something we're not in charge of course. It's the head coach. We don't do transfers. Onasimo still wants a new challenge. Jadon Sancho still wants to return to England. Boadu now wants a new challenge and he has been promised to leave by his director of football. Ferran Vidal wants a new deal, which nothing has been agreed. And Pere Martinez wants to go out on loan, which looks like it's been agreed as well. And actually, it says an increase in playing time, and I don't think we can offer that. So that's going to be difficult. But let's get into the first of today's two games. You can see Real Madrid held already, Valencia defeated, and now we go to Real Sociedad needing a result. So let's have a look at the lineup we've gone for. There's a couple of injuries in the squad, but I'm not sure if we can really take a gamble here. I think from the midweek fixture, I'm going to bring Almada back in and put Esposito on the right and give Rui Alves that rest because he's just not fit. Vinagre's not back from injury. And I tell you what, if Rui Alves could keep himself fit, he'd be the best player in the world. But he's just so injury prone, so poor physically. But everyone else looks good. So it's Bernard in goal, Molina and Galovic the fullbacks with Armini and Todibo at centre half, Florentino Luis alongside Dan Joseph in central midfield, Esposito in on the right, Almada and Sancho make up the attacking midfield three, and Mastanov up front on his own in brilliant form this season. He has been blistering in La Liga. So let's get into the first of today's two games and see if we can start with a victory. 4-4-2 for our host today. Hakimi at right back, a hero with Chelsea last year. Brandon Williams at left back, of course a Manchester United young star in real life. And we're going to ask the boys to pick up where they left off and hopefully start this episode with a victory. We've had these real sort of blips where we've just gone for 0-0 draws, in between winning games 2 and 3-0 comfortably. Mastanov is scoring 2 or 3 most games, but we're still wasting a hatful of chances so often. So we're hoping that won't happen today, though it is Real Sociedad on the front foot early on. Let's zoom in a bit there because we've missed half of the action. As Ortega plays long, Galovic heads away, but very poorly. Fiabema picks it up, edge of the box. Oh, what a goal! That's like the Tony Yeboah special. Rattles off the crossbar, thunders down onto the line and bounces back up into the roof of the net. The commentary is right, it is a nightmare start for Barcelona. But when the first shot of the match is that good, you probably don't stop them most days. And with nearly half an hour on the clock, we have seen no attacking highlight despite the dominance in terms of chances. And it looks like it could be 2 here. It is 2. And I tell you what, we were gloating about being the only invincible team into this episode. And that is about to disappear because Real Sociedad, despite the blip in form, have found it again against us. And it is 2 really poor goals to concede. The first one a great strike but given loads of time. The second one just not clearing a set piece. And without Rui Alves in the team, we have little or no inspiration going forward. As they pick it up on the left-hand side, Esposito can't nick it, and now they've got a man over in Brandon Williams. Cuts inside and switches to Fiabema. Of course, scored that brilliant first goal. Galovic gets the challenge in, but can't keep possession. Ortega long, Molina heads away. Here's Esposito. Any magic would be welcome as he switches to Sancho. On the left-hand side, charging at the defence, but not really got a pass on at the moment. And goes all the way back to centre half. That's bizarre. Armini to Luis. Into the second half he goes. Into the final third, sorry. I don't know what I'm on about there. He plays a 1-2 with Esposito. Switches to Sancho, who picks it up on the byline. Chance to cross to Almada, and he's got one back. Thiago Almada, the experienced number 10, has scored. And with 15 minutes to go to the break, we desperately needed that chance to get back into it. From this position, we'd probably take a draw. And we've got a chance to do just that with a corner. Almada puts it in. Mastanov, oh, he's got to score. The goalkeeper, Kane, got nowhere near it. Caught in no man's land. And Mastanov misses a free header. But this time, oh, it's off the line. Mastanov has had 2 great chances. And he just throws in this game every now and then. It happened at Celta Vigo. We've picked up another free kick on the right. And we seem to be getting up ahead of steam. So hopefully we can maintain that. But it is Sociedad with a goal kick. Only finds Esposito on halfway though. Now Molina. He's got 2 centre-halves with him. Todibo's one of them. Into Esposito. Now Luis. Time on the ball in the middle. No real pressure. He finds Almada, the goal scorer. Back to Luis again. Keeps the ball but not really going anywhere. Joseph to Esposito. Onto Mastanov. And just over the bar. It was an instinctive first time effort. But on his weak foot, it never really looked like going in. As the goal kick's intercepted again. Luis to Sancho. He's in 1-on-1. Has to score here. And he does score. It's a brilliant composed finish from Jadon Sancho. And it is 2-2 on the stroke of half-time. The perfect time to score. And hopefully in the second half, we can build on that comeback. Real Sociedad 2, Barcelona 2. And maybe we will remain invincible. We'll tell the lads we're pleased because that was a brilliant last 15. And we've just got to hope they can keep it up. Let's keep playing the way we've been going and the result will come. The lads look delighted. Now let's produce some magic in the second half. Well, our old Chelsea man Hakimi did have a big injury towards the end of last year and he's having an absolute nightmare today. Galovic gets it on the left. We're getting lots of chances down that side. Florentino Luis to Galovic again. Back out to Sancho. Flick over's headed away. And now it could be a counter-attack. We need to get a challenge early here. We force them backwards, but they've still got possession. Campos into Ortega. And I'm a bit worried. Sandoval all the way back to the keeper. Great pressure, but they've beaten the press. And now Kleberson to Williams. Back to Kleberson. And this is a very long highlight, which normally means one thing. A good chance or a goal at one end. And Real Sociedad have broken free with Reta. Out to the left-hand side. He's got Williams overlapping. Luis gets out there and it's back to Ortega. Through to Williams again. This does not look good. And Ribeiro has headed over the bar. We're going to drop to a positive mentality because we're just getting caught out a little bit now. And Florentino Luis has nicked it high up the pitch. Finds Esposito on the right. We might be bringing him off soon, but this time he keeps possession well. Luis in the middle. He's got Joseph with him. Two up in support, but back to Luis. Through ball to Esposito. Down to Luis again. 25 yards out. We just need to find that killer pass. Here is Luis. He goes alone. And it's just over the bar. Brilliant possession, brilliant dribbling and brilliant strength. But with 25 to go, it remains 2-2. And it's time for changes. Onosimo's going to come on the right wing. He is going to go as an inside forward on attack, his favourite position. Esposito will be coming off in the middle of the pitch. In fact, that's Dan Joseph. Both of them off. And it's going to be Ferran Vidal as a Mazzala on attack. So a slight drop in mentality, but an increase in the roles. Let's get attacking. Let's try and get a goal. Mastanov's having a poor one as well. We might have to think about taking him off. But then you've got to look at it another way. Mastanov has scored 12 league goals in 10 starts. I think he is up there as the top scorer in the league still. He is. 2 ahead of Adria, who scored 2 against us for Real Madrid. So it's a tough decision to make. And here is Mastanov. Might make our mind up. Goes from distance. And that's miles wide. And it's not particularly pretty, to be honest. 15 minutes to go. My mind is made up. Mastanov off. Boadu on. A brilliant striker. Doesn't often get to play up there for us. Let's see if he can make himself a hero today and earn that new challenge he's looking for abroad. 10 minutes remaining. We're going back attacking. We're going to demand more. And we're going to push forward. How many minutes of stoppage time? 3. And it's a Sociedad corner. Not like this. Oh, it's just over the bar. It was a free header though. And that is not what you can afford to do then. But Sociedad in the left back area with Brandon Williams. Out to De La Torre. I'm a little bit worried about how open we are now. As they pick it up in the middle again. And Ortega can break free. Long ball forward. Ribeiro's one-on-one. Where's the defence? Ribeiro alone. And he scored. Oh, the first defeat of the season. And like that. That is absolutely appalling defending. And the centre-halves have got to be better. What a way to throw it away. We are getting aggressive. We are getting angry. That was an embarrassing way to finish. Just like the first episode of the season where we went away and drew last minute again. And this time we've done it against Real Sociedad to throw away our unbeaten record. What a way to start. I mean, we have been disappointing on camera. We drew against Chelsea. We drew against Real Madrid. We drew against Real Betis. And now we've lost against Real Sociedad. Why on earth are we so camera shy? Thank goodness everyone else dropped points as well. As we'll be back for Valencia next week. And we're going to need much better. Because that was pretty much appalling. Back for game 2, and we have some better news off the pitch. Vinagre's on his way back from injury. Mastanov is fit. Rui Alves is fit. And my word, do we need a bit of that inspiration. We also need to re-find our defensive form. But on the right-hand side, Rui Alves straight back into the lineup. On the bench, Giura drops out, Esposito on. And we're going to leave Vinagre off for now because he's been out a long time. And we'll bring him back in for the Salzburg game in midweek. But for us, just the one change from that embarrassing defeat last time out. Rui Alves, the superstar, back in on the right-hand side. And we need some magic today. We need a very quick recovery. I'm just going to quickly check. This is Saturday, so I'm not sure there's been many other results yet. Not at the top. Granada v Real Madrid is straight after us. Bottom v top. We've got the game in hand. We're still in charge at the moment. But if we don't win this one, it goes back into Real Madrid's hands. So let's make sure we get a result first and foremost. And hopefully a performance to go with it. To stop that rot of Real Madrid titles. And it is a 4-2-3-1 for our visitors. I recognise some of these names from the Chelsea Europa League run last year. Teco Ledesma, Gabriel Enrique. There's a few good ones. The goalkeeper was good as well if I remember rightly. So this is going to be a tough test for us. We're going to ask the boys to do it for the fans. We need to get more than that. We need motivation. We need confidence. And we need goals as well as solidity at the back. Let's crack on with it. We're back at the new camp and we need to get back in form. And we've got a throw in on the right hand side. Early on in the match, Molina and Florentino Luis play a 1-2. Nearly got his name wrong there as it goes back to Molina again. Into the box to Alves. The magic was almost there, but he looked a little flat-footed. And it's been cleared to Teco on the left. And this is where we looked vulnerable last game. Teco has just run the whole team. It's a good challenge the first time, but the goal's open. What on earth has happened to our back four today? This episode, it has fallen apart. Let me go back and show you. We've changed nothing tactically. Before this episode, where have we conceded? None against Monaco, 1 against Getafe, none against Chelsea, none against Celta Vigo, Villarreal, Bilbao, Atletico Pamplona, Atletico Madrid. In fact, in the league, before the last game in this episode, we have conceded 1 goal in 9 games since that Real Madrid one. And we've now conceded 4 in 96 minutes. It is absolutely ridiculous. And what a way to do it as well. It looks like there's going to be a lot of trouble here. We can't hit the target with shots and we need to rely on set pieces. As Rui Alves delivers, is off the line. Almada plays wide for some reason. Alves into the box, crosses for Sancho. Headed away, we look toothless. It's cleared long but only as far as Luis. But there's no one with him. He's going backwards, eventually dragged wide and crosses in early. Headed away as far as Almada. Where on earth's the striker? Where is the clinical edge? And for working the ball into the box, we're not really doing much with it. As Teco finds Julio Cesar, and this time we manage to get the tackle in. As Galovic brings it out on the left to Sancho. Up to Almada. For a high defensive line, they're not getting out quickly either. And he's been mugged in possession. The high tempo not working, and I am starting to get very frustrated. Because Real Madrid had just had a poor run of form. We got really excited thinking we could win La Liga. And we are throwing it away really poorly as well. There's lads looking anxious, frustrated, furious, whatever you want to call it. But none of them are putting in a performance. And that's what has to be said first. We're having shots, but none of them on target. We're creating chances, but none of them clear cut. And these tactical instructions are not being followed, which is a big worry for me. Todibo drifting out to the right to Rui Alves. Doesn't look fit already, on a yellow card. And he finds Almada and Luis. But again, going backwards and playing across goal. Gets away with it this time. Joseph to Armini and wide to Galovic on the left. Into Joseph. Back out to Sancho. We need a moment of magic from the Englishman. And he's produced it. Oh, he skins 3, but it's a great save by Nygaard. Down to his left and manages to hold it too. We're going to drop to positive just because we're getting caught on the break a bit more. It did help against Real Sociedad. And we need it to help against Valencia too. Luis in the middle, loses it again. Gets very lucky to come out of that with possession. Almada to Joseph. 2 with him, but goes back to Luis. Looking for the perfect goal. Almada to Alves. Doesn't quite find him and it's cleared away long. But only as far as Joseph for a second time. Armenian to Luis. We're playing lovely football, but we look absolutely toothless. And this is something that has to be a concern. The last thing we need is Mastanov to find a goal drought at this point. As Galovic gets it into Almada. There's 3 up with him. Alves is 1, but he goes right to Molina. Into Florentino Luis. Up to Alves this time. Takes on the fullback. Into the area. 2 in the middle. Mastanov's 1. And there will be no goal drought for the Superman. Christian Mastanov, 16th of the season in all competitions. 13th of the season in La Liga. And it is Barcelona 1, Valencia 1. We really needed that. And it remains that way at half time. We have dominated the stats, the chances and the highlights. But we look awfully weak on the counter-attack. So I'm going to say I'm not happy with the performance. We need to get more out of them. And with Real Madrid playing the basement side later on, we need to be 2 points clear with that game played. It's going to be a big one if we draw this. We need to get results. And he's injured again. He is injured again. Rui Alves is made out of cardboard. He's got a leg that a hamster can chew through. And it is absolutely appalling. So on the right-hand side, it's going to be Esposito this time. Almada's coming off as well. Was brilliant last game. Has been atrocious in this one. It'll be an attacking midfielder on attack. I don't really know what else to do. Sancho off as well for Boadu. 3 changes made early. A completely different creative force. And let's see if it has an impact. 3 subs made. And we need a moment of magic from somewhere. The problem is, as we reach 20 minutes to go, that moment of magic looked like coming via Rui Alves, who's off injured. The 3 boys that are on all look nervous. I'm going to ask them to show some passion because there's nothing coming out of them at all. And it's Valencia on the front foot as we go into the closing stages. And the last thing we want to do is throw away too late on, as Mastanov nearly pounces on an error there. But it's a long ball forward to Galovic. He heads it away as far as Joseph, and he's got 2 up on the left. But Joseph goes alone. Now Bawadu's running off him. Instead goes back to Galovic. Just too many of them playing a safe pass. Florentino Luis into Esposito. Back to Luis again. No one wants to take that gamble. Joseph and Bawadu play a 1-2. Go forward. Take a gamble. Have a shot. Someone go for it. Florentino Luis. Oh, that's horrible. That is a horrible tackle. Kabaj with the 2-footed lunge. He has to be off. Has to be off. It is a red card. And now we will go positive. We will go attacking. And we will try and push forward for the last few. They're all playing centrally as we deliver with Vidal. Todibo there. Joseph. Oh, it's off the line. And Esposito puts in on the rebound. We go positive as Per Molina's got a yellow. But who cares? It is Barca 2, Valencia 1. Certainly not the best performance. Not the prettiest goal you'll ever see. But we are winning and that is crucial. I'm just looking with 5 to go. They're still playing 4 central midfielders. So let's try and get that play out wide. Let's try and play a little bit wider. Use the flanks. And get those balls into the box. 5 minutes plus stoppages to go. And we lead Valencia in what could be a crucial result in a title race. And Vidal's got a chance from the right here. Free kick in. The keeper claims brilliantly. Esposito went up with him. But he wasn't getting that in a million years. Nygaard, the goalkeeper, has it. He's going to play long. We need to get those bodies back. There is no point giving it away again. He's out to Molina at right back. He's got 2 up with him. So clears long. Esposito down for Luis. 2 ahead and he's giving it away. Not there and not at this time. Molina to Luis. Please get the ball. Switches the play to Joseph. Into Boadu. Has to score. Oh, he's put it wide. Had to score that. It was a great opportunity and it's gone begging. And we're into stoppage time. There's 2 minutes of it left. And I know we're playing 10 men, but I'm time wasting. I'm really sorry about this. I know there'll be some people shouting at me. But I cannot try and stay attacking at this point. 2 more minutes of stoppage time to go. We've won. It is Barcelona 2, Valencia 1. A brilliant result, an average performance. But that will keep us in charge of the title race in La Liga. We're through in the Champions League. We're back top of the league. We're just going to skip very quickly to see the Real Madrid result. And unfortunately, Rui Alves out until the end of the midwinter break. Let's see if we stay top after the Granada match. Well, as expected, Real Madrid with a 3-0 win. Adria continuing to catch Mastanov in the Golden Boot race. They're 1 point clear at the top, but we have the game in hand in what seems to very much be a 2-horse race now. So after the winter break, we have got to find form. We've got to keep the results going till then. We can rest players in the Champions League, and then we will be back at the start of January for the Super Cup. The semi-final will be Atletico v Barcelona, and hopefully we'll be able to follow that up with a final, which should be played not long after. It's Valencia v Real Madrid. I can't see the schedule. There's nothing there listed, which is going to make it hard. There we go. The final's on the 9th. So 4 days later if we win it. So it should be a double header if all goes to plan. So if you are looking forward to that one, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know what you thought of those performances. How crucial could that late goal conceded against Real Sociedad be? A great bounce back against Valencia. A good job done in the Champions League. But still a lot of work to do to become the proper perfect Barcelona side. Hopefully in the January window, that remaining transfer budget will be spent by the Director of Football. Nearly £80 million to spend, £1 million on the wage budget available. So hopefully we'll get a bit of business done. Let me know in the comments what you think will happen and if we can win the competitions this year. If you haven't already, subscribe down below for daily FM20 content. Our Macclesfield series continued earlier today. Our first game in that one and loads of transfer news too. Dorking Wanderers is back on Monday. The Stadium Review series tomorrow. And the weekly live streams every Tuesday at 10 AM. So come in and have a bit of fun. Get involved in the chat. And we'll get to know each other a bit better and have a bit of a laugh as well. We even play a little bit of Football Manager. Finally, please do check out the podcast channel in the eye above as well. We've got loads of fun content over there. Predictions, podcasts, interviews with professional footballers and matchday vlogs. Fingers crossed returning soon at non-league level. We're really looking forward to it and we hope you are as well. Thank you for your support over there. Thank you for your support on this one as always. And I hope to see you next time for a big episode with Barcelona, as we look to add our first trophy to the cabinet in Spain.